Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to change? I've been there, feeling stuck and frustrated, wondering if I'd ever break through. But in just 1 week, I made 5 simple changes that transformed my mindset, my productivity, and my entire outlook on life. What if you could make those same changes today? Imagine waking up every morning, feeling more focused, motivated, and ready to tackle your goals. These aren't complicated, unrealistic strategies. They're practical habits. Anyone can start right now. If you're tired of feeling stuck and you want real results, stick around. In this video, I'll share the 5 habits that changed my life in just 7 days. Are you ready to take action and transform your own life? Let's dive into these powerful habits that can help you unlock your potential and change your future. Number 1, start waking up early to take control of your day. The first habit that changed my life, my whole life, is a decision I made. Decide right now that nothing will break your mind ever. This is the foundation, the starting point. Without it, you're just spinning your wheels, drifting aimlessly, like so many people do. They let the ups and downs of life dictate their emotions, their actions, and ultimately their destiny. But if you want to take control, if you want to change the game, if you want to make sure that nothing breaks your mind, you have to make a decision. Now, don't take that lightly. I'm talking about a full-on decision, not a half-hearted wish, not some maybe one day's kind of thing. I'm talking about deciding right now, here today, in this very moment, that no matter what life throws at you, your mind is yours to control, period. Because here's the thing, life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your way, challenges you didn't see coming, people who doubt you, and situations that try to break your spirit. But if you've made this decision, if you've set your mind on the truth that nothing is going to break you, those challenges, they will no longer control you. You will control how you respond to them. Now let's talk about why this matters. The mind is a powerful thing. It's like the engine of a car. If the engine's running well, the car moves forward, it goes places, it reaches its destination. But if that engine is struggling, if it's malfunctioning, the car's not going anywhere. That's what happens when your mind isn't strong. If you're allowing negativity, doubt, or fear to break you, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck. What breaks your mind? Let's be real for a moment. What are the things that try to shake you? Is it failure, rejection, maybe the uncertainty of the future? There's always something that threatens to take us down, isn't there? It might be a difficult conversation with a loved one, or losing a job you thought you were secure in. It could be a setback in your health, or a failure that feels personal. But you know what? You don't have to be defeated by it. You see, the key to staying strong in the face of adversity is this: your thoughts are in your control. Nobody can force you to think anything. The world can throw all kinds of chaos your way, but it's not the chaos that controls you. It's your ability to control your reaction, your ability to decide what you focus on. The moment you give up your power and let things break your mind, you've handed over your control to the world. You've allowed external circumstances to control your internal state, and that's a mistake. But when you decide right now that nothing will break your mind, you take that control back. You become the one who dictates how you feel, what you think, and how you respond. You become the one who decides to rise above. No matter how many times you're knocked down, you stop being a victim to life's circumstances, and instead you become the creator of your own destiny. You decide that your mind is your fortress, and nothing gets past it. Why is this so crucial? Because the mind shapes everything. It shapes your beliefs, your actions, your habits, and ultimately your results. What you believe will become your reality. If you believe that life is just a series of setbacks and obstacles, then that's exactly what you'll experience. But if you believe that you have the strength to overcome anything, no matter what comes your way, then you'll start to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow. Here's where it gets powerful. The mind doesn't need perfect circumstances to thrive. It doesn't need everything to be lined up just right, to be working in your favor. In fact, that's the trap most people fall into. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect conditions to make their move. But that's never going to happen. Perfection doesn't exist. So what does that mean for you? It means that the time to start taking control of your mind is now, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. You can't wait around hoping that life will be smooth sailing. It's going to be messy, unpredictable, and tough. But you know what? That's okay. Because as long as your mind is strong, you can handle anything. Let me give you a real example from my own life. There was a time when I went through a period of deep struggle. I was in debt. I was working hard, but feeling like nothing was moving forward. I had just lost a job I thought I could rely on, and everything seemed like it was falling apart. And you know what? It would have been so easy to let that break me, to let those circumstances define me, to sit in the pit of self-pity and complain about how unfair everything was. I could have easily thrown in the towel, but instead I decided that no matter what was going on outside, my mind was mine to control. I didn't need to wait for the world to change. I didn't need the perfect situation. I made the decision that nothing would break my mind. And once I made that decision, something changed inside me. I stopped focusing on what wasn't working and started focusing on what I could control. My thoughts, my actions, my responses. I started looking at the setbacks as opportunities to learn. And with every setback, I grew stronger. That's what I'm telling you today. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to decide that you are stronger than anything that comes your way. That nothing, absolutely nothing, can break your mind. The world can push, pull, and shove you all at once. But you won't break. Not now, not ever. Now let's get practical. How do you make this shift? It starts with a commitment, a promise to yourself, that no matter what, you will stay strong, that you will keep your mind sharp, focused, and resilient. And when life tests you, and it will, you will stand firm. You will make the decision, right in the heat of the moment, to remain calm, clear, and confident. You can do this by practicing a few simple things every day. Feed your mind with positive influences. Read, listen to podcasts, or watch videos that inspire you and help you grow. Surround yourself with the right people, the kind of people who lift you up and remind you of your potential. Don't let negativity seep into your mind. Practice mindfulness. Take a moment every day to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? Are there any negative patterns you need to address? Self-awareness is the first step in taking control of your mind. Create a daily routine. When you have structure, when you have purpose, your mind stays focused and sharp. This is how you build momentum and keep yourself on track. Don't let setbacks define you. Life's challenges are part of the journey, not the end. When things don't go as planned, instead of seeing them as roadblocks, see them as stepping stones to something better. Every challenge is an opportunity to become more resilient, to learn, and to grow stronger. Practice gratitude. Every day find something to be thankful for, no matter how small. And gratitude shifts your focus away from what's wrong in your life, and instead it trains your mind to focus on what's right. This keeps you mentally strong. I'm telling you, when you make the decision that nothing will break your mind, everything changes. You stop being at the mercy of life's circumstances, and instead you take control of how you respond. And you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. It all starts with this one simple habit. Decide right now that nothing will break your mind ever. It's that powerful. Now you've got a choice. You can take this seriously and really commit to this habit, or you can let life keep breaking you. But remember this, your mind is your most powerful asset. Protect it, strengthen it, and nothing will stop you from achieving the life you want. As you stand on the edge of this decision, I want you to understand something deeply. The decision to protect your mind is the decision to take full ownership of your life. Everything that has ever happened to you, every challenge you've faced, every setback, every failure, every success, it all begins in your mind. The way you respond, the way you interpret the world around you, and how you choose to move forward, is what shapes your reality. You can't control the world. You can't control what others do, or what happens in the future, but you can control how you respond to it. Your response will either empower you or disempower you, and the more you protect your mind, the stronger your response will be. This isn't about never feeling doubt or fear. That's impossible. It's about deciding that no matter how those emotions show up, they won't dictate your actions. They won't dictate your behavior. This is the key to unstoppable confidence. It's not about being perfect or always being right. It's about knowing deep down that no matter what happens, you have the strength to navigate through it. When you feel the fear, you don't stop. When the doubt creeps in, you don't surrender. You keep going. You stay focused. You remain in control of your thoughts. Your mind is the starting point for everything you want to achieve. The body follows the mind, the actions follow the mind, and the results follow the actions. If your mind is weak or unstable, it's like trying to build a house on a foundation of sand.
it won't stand for long. You need a solid foundation, a strong mind that will hold up under any circumstances, no matter how tough the storm gets. I've lived this. I've faced some of the hardest times in my life. I've had moments where I didn't know how I was going to keep going. I've had days where I questioned myself and wondered if I was on the right path. But every single time I made the decision to stand firm, to keep my mind strong, to refuse to let anything break me, I took another step forward.
And that's what I want for you. I want you to take the step. I want you to draw that line in the sand and say, nothing will break my mind. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not ever. How do you know when you've made this decision for real? You'll know because your actions will reflect it. You'll stop giving in to excuses. You'll stop blaming others or your circumstances for where you are in life. Instead, you'll take full responsibility. You'll take control of your reactions. When something goes wrong, instead of feeling like the world is against you, you'll see it as a test, a challenge to grow. You will get stronger every time life tries to push you down. You'll learn to dig deep within yourself and find that extra strength, that extra resilience. You will begin to view every challenge as an opportunity to grow, not a roadblock. Now here's the truth. This is not easy. You're not always going to feel strong. There will be days when you feel like you can't take it anymore. But I'm telling you right now, the strength is already within you. You just have to decide to unlock it. You have to decide that you will not be moved. No matter how hard things get, no matter how loud the world gets, you will stand your ground. You will remain focused on what you can control, your thoughts and your actions. That's what makes the difference. When you decide to protect your mind, when you decide to keep it strong, you will not be deterred by what others say or what life throws at you. You'll keep pushing forward. No matter what, every time you protect your mind, every time you push through fear or doubt, you'll find yourself getting stronger. You'll see that the challenges don't have power over you. They're just temporary moments on your journey to greatness. And the more you do this, the more unstoppable you become. That's the habit. That's the key to everything you want. Decide right now that nothing will break your mind. Make that decision, and everything in your life will begin to change. Number 2, prioritize your health by working out every single day. People often overlook their physical well-being when they focus on their careers, relationships, and personal growth. But here's the truth. Without your health, nothing else matters. You can have all the money in the world, all the success, and all the accolades. But if you don't feel good in your body, if you're not healthy, if you're not taking care of your physical self, none of that will have real meaning. You won't be able to enjoy life in the way it's meant to be enjoyed. When your body is weak, your mind is weak. When you neglect your health, you are giving up on your most valuable asset. So let me tell you something that changed my life. Work out every single day. Yes, you heard me right. Every day. It doesn't matter if it's a heavy workout or a light one. What matters is that you move your body, you prioritize your health, and you make it a daily habit. This habit is so powerful that within a week, it can begin to shift your entire mindset, your confidence, your energy, and your overall life. When I first committed to working out every single day, it wasn't easy. There were days when I didn't want to get out of bed. There were mornings when I told myself, I'm too tired today. But here's the truth that hit me hard. Being tired was never a valid excuse to give up on my health. You know how many people use tiredness as a reason not to work out? Too many. But let me tell you, the more you make excuses, the more you let your energy slip away. You're conditioning your body and your mind to become lazy, to fall into a cycle of inactivity. And eventually that shows up in your life in other areas. I'm not talking about becoming a bodybuilder or training for a marathon. It's not about achieving perfection. It's about creating consistency. You don't need to lift the heaviest weights or run the fastest mile. What's important is that you commit to moving your body every single day. It doesn't matter how small the steps are as long as you're taking them. Now, why is this so crucial? Why is working out every day such a game changer? The first thing I want you to understand is that when you move your body, you release energy. Exercise is a natural energy booster. It increases blood flow. It gets your heart pumping, and it gets oxygen to every part of your body. The more you do this, the more you energize yourself. But here's the catch. Energy is not just about feeling physically awake. It's also about mental clarity. When you work out, you create a connection between your body and your mind, one that helps you to think clearly and focus on what truly matters. Your energy levels soar, and the fog of doubt and uncertainty begins to clear away. Beyond energy, another huge benefit of daily exercise is confidence. There is something incredibly empowering about pushing your body to do things it didn't think it could do. When you finish a workout, no matter how tough, you stand taller. You feel more powerful. You've just proven to yourself that you are capable of more than you believed. And this doesn't just stay in the gym. It translates into every area of your life. You begin to realize that if you can conquer your workouts every day, you can conquer anything. You start to believe in yourself at a whole new level. This confidence feeds everything else you do. What you need to understand is that working out is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Too many people say, "I don't have time for that," or "I'm too busy." But here's the truth. The more you make your health a priority, the more time you actually gain. You see, when you exercise, your brain functions better, your body is more alert, and your energy is heightened. This allows you to focus better, get more done, and ultimately be more productive. So that so-called lack of time doesn't actually exist. The reality is you're too busy neglecting yourself. But I promise you this, when you start to prioritize your health, everything else starts falling into place. You'll find time because your mind and body will thank you for it. It's also important to recognize the role that exercise plays in reducing stress. Let me ask you, how often do you feel overwhelmed, stressed out, frustrated by everything going on around you? We all do. But when you're physically active, your body releases endorphins. These are the chemicals in your brain that make you feel good. They elevate your mood, reduce anxiety, and create a sense of calm. Exercise helps you release pent-up frustration and tension, leaving you with a sense of accomplishment and a clearer, more peaceful state of mind. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine waking up every day feeling energized, confident, and at peace. Imagine looking at the mirror and feeling proud of the way you look and feel. Imagine walking into your work or your daily tasks, knowing that you're physically prepared to handle whatever comes your way. That's the power of prioritizing your health. When you decide to work out every single day, you begin to reprogram yourself. You begin to feel stronger, both mentally and physically. You begin to operate at your best. But here's where I want you to really understand the secret. The first few days might be tough. You might feel sore. You might wonder if it's worth it. But this is where the real transformation happens. It's in those moments when you feel like giving up, when your muscles ache, and your mind is telling you to stop. This is when you get stronger. Every time you push through the resistance, you build mental toughness. You create a habit of not giving up. This is a skill you can take into all areas of your life. You're learning to fight through discomfort, to stick with it even when it's hard. And this discipline will serve you for years to come. You also have to understand that working out is not just about physical appearance. Yes, looking good is a benefit, but it's not the main reason you should be working out. The real value is in how it affects every single aspect of your life. It changes your mindset. It changes the way you approach challenges. It gives you an edge over others because it teaches you discipline and consistency. Some of you may be thinking, "I don't know where to start," or "I'm not in good shape yet." That's okay. Every journey starts with one small step. Start small. Don't worry about being perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Start with something that's manageable. Maybe it's walking for 20 minutes a day, or doing a short home workout. As you build that consistency, you can gradually increase the intensity. But what matters is that you start. Once you commit to that daily habit, you're going to see remarkable changes in just a short period of time. And trust me, once you see the benefits of exercise, more energy, better sleep, sharper focus, less stress, you're going to get hooked. Every single day, you are going to be amazed at how much stronger you become, both physically and mentally. You're going to realize that working out is one of the most powerful tools you have for improving your life. And what I want you to understand is that this habit will shape who you are. When you decide to prioritize your health, you're not just making your body stronger, you're making your mind stronger. And when your body and mind work in harmony, there is nothing you can't achieve. So what are you waiting for? I want you to take a moment right now and make a commitment. Commit to working out every single day. No excuses. No more procrastination. Get moving. Even if it's just for 20 minutes today. Start today. And every day after that, move your body. Prioritize your health. And over time, you'll see how it transforms your life. Not just physically, but in every single area. As you continue this journey, something incredible happens within you.
The more you commit to your health, the more it reshapes your mindset. Working out every day becomes more than just a physical habit. It becomes a statement. It becomes a way of life that shows you what you're truly capable of. The truth is, your body is incredibly resilient. If you give it the care and attention it deserves, it will respond in ways you never imagined. But the key is to stay consistent. We live in a world where everything is instant, where you want results right away, and where quick fixes are glorified. But let me tell you, the real transformation happens over time. It's not about the quick win, it's about the long-term commitment. Think about it. When you show up every day for your health, you create a routine that becomes part of your identity. You no longer think about whether or not you'll work out. It becomes as natural as brushing your teeth. You're building a foundation that will support everything else in your life. And this is where most people fall short. They start strong, but they don't stay consistent. They allow life to get in the way. They get distracted, or they face setbacks, and let those setbacks define them. But here's the secret. The setbacks are part of the process. There's no such thing as a smooth, uninterrupted path to success. What matters is how you get back up, how you keep going, and how you never stop showing up for yourself. There will be days when you won't feel like working out. There will be mornings when your body feels heavy, when the motivation isn't there. But this is when you have to rely on your discipline. Discipline doesn't need motivation. Discipline keeps you going even when you're not feeling it. It's about making a promise to yourself and keeping it, no matter what. One of the most powerful things about working out every day is that it shifts the way you see obstacles in your life. When you face challenges in your physical routine, whether it's pushing through that last rep or running that extra mile, you start to build a mental framework that you can apply to other areas of your life. You begin to view difficulties as opportunities to strengthen your resolve. Every struggle becomes a chance to push beyond your limits. And here's the real power in this. When you start treating your health as a top priority, every other part of your life falls into place. Your work improves, your relationships get better, your mental clarity sharpens. Why? Because you're taking care of the vessel that carries you through life. You're giving yourself the energy, the strength and the focus to show up fully in every aspect of your existence. Imagine how much more productive you'll be when you wake up feeling rested and energized. Imagine the level of focus you'll have in meetings or while working on your personal projects. Imagine the confidence you'll radiate when you're not just taking care of your body, but also making yourself stronger, healthier, and more capable every single day. But most importantly, I want you to remember that this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. The key to success isn't doing it perfectly every day. It's about showing up every day, even on the days when it feels hard, even on the days when you'd rather skip it. Those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that truly define who you are. So make a choice today, right now, to prioritize your health. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for things to calm down. Your health can't wait. The time to commit is now. When you make this a daily habit, you'll not only transform your body, but you'll transform your life. You'll be stronger, more resilient, and ready to take on anything that comes your way. Remember, every day you work out, you're not just changing your body, you're changing your life. You're building a foundation for your future. You're showing the world and yourself that you are worthy of health, worth the effort, and capable of achieving greatness. The only thing left to do now is to get started.
Number 3, eliminate distractions and focus deeply on your goals. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. It's almost like we're living in a world designed to pull us in 1,000 different directions all at once. You've got your phone buzzing with notifications, emails constantly coming in, people demanding your attention, and all these outside forces trying to pull you away from the one thing that truly matters, your goals. Now, I want to tell you something that's absolutely critical. If you're going to succeed at anything, you must learn to eliminate distractions and focus deeply on your goals. You can't afford to be half in and half out when it comes to your dreams. You've got to be fully committed, fully immersed, and willing to put in the work. But here's the thing, this requires focus. The kind of focus that doesn't let anything else get in the way. Think about the last time you really achieved something meaningful. I'm talking about something where you worked hard, stayed disciplined, and put your whole heart into it. How much focus did you need to make that happen? Let me tell you, it was everything. If you didn't focus, if you allowed yourself to be distracted, you would have never reached your goal. And that's the truth for every single thing you want to accomplish in life. So let's dive in. The first thing you need to understand is this: your attention is the most valuable resource you have. When you're distracted, your mind is scattered. You're not fully present. You're not putting your energy into the thing that will move you forward. But when you focus, when you direct your energy toward your goals, you create momentum. Momentum is what drives results. It's what makes things happen. The key is to eliminate distractions. Now, I know this might sound simple, but it's not easy. It requires a conscious effort. It requires discipline. Distractions come in all shapes and sizes. It might be your phone ringing, your social media notifications popping up, or a million other things that grab your attention and pull you away from what matters most. But here's the deal: you've got to protect your time and attention, like your life depends on it. Because in many ways it does. You see, every time you give in to a distraction, every time you let something pull you away from your goals, you're telling yourself that whatever that distraction is, it's more important than your dreams. But I want you to flip that script. You need to tell yourself that your dreams are more important than anything else. When you make that decision, when you commit to focusing deeply on your goals, you stop letting outside forces dictate your time. You start to take control. Now, how do you start eliminating distractions? The first step is to identify them. Take a look at your day. What are the things that take your attention away from what you really want to accomplish? It might be your phone, your TV, your friends, or even your own negative self-talk. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. Don't brush it off. Recognize the things that are taking up space in your mind and in your time. Once you've identified them, you can take action. One of the most effective ways to eliminate distractions is to set boundaries. You need to draw a line in the sand and say, from this moment on, I'm not going to allow these things to take away from my focus. That might mean turning off your phone during work hours, setting up a designated workspace free from distractions, or telling your friends and family that you need uninterrupted time to focus on your goals. Boundaries are essential for creating the space you need to focus deeply. Another powerful way to eliminate distractions is by scheduling your time. You need to plan your day. Don't leave your time up to chance. If you wake up without a clear plan, distractions will naturally fill the gap. But if you plan your day in advance, if you make a schedule and stick to it, you take control of your time. You decide what gets your attention and what doesn't. Now, I want to tell you something that most people don't understand. Focus isn't just about what you're not doing. It's about what you are doing. When you decide to focus on something, you're committing to a single, clear goal. You're saying, this is the thing I'm going to give my energy to right now. It's not enough to simply avoid distractions. You've got to replace them with something that moves you closer to your goal. You've got to fill your time with productive, goal-oriented activities. For example, let's say your goal is to write a book. If you don't schedule time to write, if you don't carve out space in your day to focus solely on writing, distractions will fill the void. You'll start checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or doing anything else that doesn't move you forward. But if you create a block of time where nothing else matters except for writing, you're going to make progress. And as you start making progress, the momentum will build, and the distractions will start to fade. Another critical element in focusing deeply on your goals is removing the temptation of multitasking. We live in a society that celebrates multitasking, but let me tell you, multitasking is a myth. It's a distraction in itself. The truth is, your brain can only focus on one thing at a time. When you try to juggle multiple tasks at once, you're dividing your attention. You're not giving your best to any of them. You're spreading yourself too thin. Instead, commit to focusing one thing at a time. When you do, you'll see the quality of your work improve, your speed increase, and your results skyrocket. You also need to understand that focus is a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. At first, it might be difficult. You might struggle to stay focused for long periods of time. Your mind might wander, but don't get discouraged. Keep practicing. Keep pushing yourself to stay on task. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And soon you'll find that you can focus deeply for hours at a time, with no distractions. Another critical aspect of eliminating distractions is learning to say no. You cannot say yes to everything. Not every opportunity, not every invitation, Not every request for your time is aligned with your goals. If you want to focus deeply on your goals, you have to be willing to say no to the things that don't serve your purpose. This might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to pleasing others or taking on too much. But the reality is, saying no is one of the most powerful ways to protect your time and energy. You cannot afford to spread yourself too thin. You must protect your focus at all costs. Let me tell you, focusing on your goals isn't easy. It's going to take hard work, commitment, and discipline. But when you make the decision to eliminate distractions, to focus deeply on what truly matters, you'll see your life change in ways you can't even imagine. You'll begin to move with purpose. You'll begin to achieve things that once seemed impossible. You'll stop feeling overwhelmed and start feeling in control. And more than anything, you'll realize that you are in charge of your destiny. The path to success is clear. Focus on your goals. Eliminate distractions. Commit to the process. And above all, never stop believing in your ability to achieve great things. When you truly begin to focus, you'll realize something very important. Your productivity will increase exponentially. Every minute you invest in your goals, without distractions, will yield results far greater than you ever imagined. The secret isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. When you eliminate distractions, you create the space to work deeply and intentionally. Deep work is where the magic happens. It's where the breakthroughs happen, where the creative ideas flow, and where real tangible results start to materialize. There's a lot of noise in the world, and it's easy to get caught up in it. But here's the truth. Noise does not equal progress. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're moving forward. Progress only comes when you focus on what truly matters. Everything else is just background noise trying to take you off course. And the thing about distractions is they don't just take up your time, they also steal your mental energy. Every time you shift your focus from one task to another, your brain has to adjust. It has to recalibrate. And that takes mental energy. Over time, this constant switching causes burnout. The mental exhaustion from bouncing between tasks eventually catches up with you. But when you focus, when you lock into one task and stay there, your mental energy is channeled into something powerful. You'll begin to feel more energized and motivated as a result. You may be wondering, how do I maintain this kind of focus? How do I avoid the endless cycle of distractions that seem to pop up at every turn? The answer is simple. Create rituals around your focus. Set up routines that prime your mind for deep work. It might be something as simple as having a quiet place to work, setting a timer to block off dedicated time for your tasks, or even creating a ritual around the beginning of your work session that signals to your brain, it's time to focus. This mental cue tells your brain that it's not just another day of random tasks and distractions, but a time to zero in and work with purpose. One of the most powerful things you can do is remove the decision fatigue that comes with figuring out what to do next. When you're constantly making decisions, you burn out. The more you can plan your day ahead of time, the less energy you'll waste deciding what to do next. The power of a well-structured schedule is immense. It gives you the freedom to focus deeply, without wondering if you're doing the right thing at the right time. As you implement these strategies, you'll find that your confidence grows. You're no longer running from one distraction to another. You're no longer letting the world dictate your agenda. You're in control, and that sense of control will bleed into every other area of your life. You'll become more productive in your career, more present with your loved ones, and more fulfilled in your personal life. The effect of cutting out distractions will ripple outward, affecting everything you touch. But let me be clear, this level of focus doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to build, and there will be challenges along the way. You might fall back into old habits. You might struggle to stay disciplined, but that's okay. Every time you get back on track, every time you make the decision to focus, you build resilience. You build mental strength, and you get closer to your goals. The truth is, success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters. Success isn't about jumping from one thing to the next, trying to keep up with every new trend or every new opportunity. Success comes from narrowing your focus, cutting through the distractions,
and pouring your energy into the things that will move you forward. You must ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like? What am I willing to sacrifice to make my dreams a reality? When you can answer those questions clearly and act on them, you'll find that focus becomes easier. When you know exactly what you're working toward, it's much easier to say no to distractions and yes to your goals. In the end, focusing on your goals isn't just about eliminating distractions. It's about becoming the person who achieves those goals. When you focus, you're not just working on tasks. You're shaping your identity. You're telling the world and yourself that your goals are the most important thing in your life.
Yes.
This focus is your path to greatness.
Number 4. Develop a daily routine to create consistent progress. Your routine is the backbone of your success. Without it, you're just drifting. But with a strong routine, you have a map that guides you through the day, helping you stay on course, stay productive, and steadily move toward your goals. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. And the key to that is consistency. A routine is more than just a set of actions. It's a mindset. It's about committing to your goals every single day. And the beauty of this commitment is that it doesn't require motivation. It requires discipline. Motivation is a fleeting thing. It comes and goes. And if you rely on it, you'll find yourself constantly starting and stopping. But discipline is what keeps you going. Discipline is what will create real, lasting change in your life. You don't need a complex, intricate routine to start making progress. What you need is a routine that aligns with your goals and allows you to show up every day. That's it. If you can show up consistently day after day, then you're going to see results. It's that simple. But where do you start? The first step in building a routine is understanding that it needs to be tailored to your specific goals. Think about what you want to achieve. If you want to improve your health, you need to build habits around working out, eating well, and resting. If you want to grow in your career, you need to build time for skill development, networking, and focused work. Your routine must align with what you want to accomplish, and it must be something you can sustain long-term. Start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire day in one go. That's a recipe for failure. Instead, begin by identifying 1 or 2 habits that will help you get closer to your goals. Commit to these habits every single day. No excuses. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes every morning, or it's committing to an hour of work before you check your emails. It could be as simple as making your bed first thing in the morning, which sets the tone for the rest of your day. The point is, small daily actions compound over time. The beauty of a daily routine is that it removes the mental load of decision-making. When you have a routine, you don't have to decide whether or not you're going to do something. You just do it. When you wake up, you already know what your day looks like. You're not wasting precious mental energy trying to figure out what's next. This consistency is what allows you to make steady progress. It's not about doing everything in one day. It's about taking one small step at a time, every single day, until you look back and realize how far you've come. Let's talk about how to structure your routine. The first thing you need to realize is that the most successful people don't leave their mornings to chance. The morning sets the tone for the entire day, and the most powerful thing you can do is start it with purpose. So ask yourself, what does your ideal morning look like? Does it involve exercise, meditation, reading, or journaling? Pick something that aligns with your goals and set it as a non-negotiable part of your morning. This isn't just about productivity. It's about establishing a positive, empowering start to your day. The morning is when your energy is freshest, and the decisions you make in the morning will fuel the rest of your day. Once you've structured a powerful morning routine, you need to focus on creating consistency throughout the rest of the day. This is where time blocking comes in. Time blocking is one of the most powerful ways to ensure that you're staying focused and productive throughout your day. You set aside specific blocks of time for specific tasks, and you commit to working on those tasks during that time. Time blocking isn't just about making a to-do list and hoping it gets done. It's about deciding ahead of time when you're going to work on each task, and then committing to working only on that task during that block of time. It removes the temptation to multitask or get distracted. You are intentional with your time, and you protect it fiercely. This is the essence of creating progress. But don't overwhelm yourself with a jam-packed schedule. You can't be productive if you're constantly rushing from one task to the next. Give yourself enough time for each task, and make sure you schedule breaks throughout the day. Rest and recovery are just as important as hard work. It's during the downtime that your body and mind recharge, and it's during these breaks that your best ideas often surface. Now let's talk about the power of reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect on what you've accomplished. What went well? What could have been better? This simple practice of self-reflection helps you learn from your mistakes, celebrate your wins, and adjust your routine as needed. Reflection turns your routine into a learning experience. It makes you more adaptable and helps you fine-tune your habits over time. The great thing about a daily routine is that it's scalable. As you grow and progress, your routine can evolve with you. You can add new habits, remove old ones, and adjust your schedule as your goals change. But the key is to never stop. Even on the days when you feel like giving up, or when life gets in the way, you need to keep showing up. That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. The willingness to keep going, even when it's hard. The best part about developing a daily routine is that it creates momentum. Momentum is your best friend. Once you start building small, consistent wins into your routine, it starts to build on itself. You feel energized by your progress, and that energy propels you forward. Every day, you're one step closer to achieving your goals. Every day, you're building a life that reflects the person you want to become. But don't mistake momentum for overnight success. Momentum doesn't happen instantly. It takes time. It's about building small wins, stacking them up, and eventually reaching the tipping point where it feels like everything is moving in the right direction. You'll look back one day and realize that the small, consistent actions you took every day have transformed your life in ways you couldn't have predicted. Remember, success is not about working harder. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Your daily routine is the key to turning your dreams into reality. When you commit to it, when you follow through day after day, you create a rhythm in your life that leads to consistent progress. And that, my friend, is how you achieve greatness. When you focus on developing a daily routine, you're essentially creating a framework for success that works for you every single day. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that success is an event, something that happens once in a while. But success is a habit. It's the daily choices, actions, and decisions you make that compound over time and lead to the results you desire. But here's the truth. Your routine doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be rigid or overly complex. In fact, trying to make it perfect can backfire. Instead, think of it as something flexible, a system that can adapt to your life and your goals. The key to making your routine work is consistency, not perfection. If you miss a day or something doesn't go according to plan, don't beat yourself up. Get back on track as soon as you can. The beauty of a routine is that it gives you a structure to follow, but it's still up to you to show up and put in the effort. Each day is an opportunity to make progress. Small daily actions may seem insignificant at first, but over time they'll snowball. When you take one small step each day toward your goal, you're not just working on a task, you're building a habit. And habits are powerful. They can shape your identity, and your identity shapes your future. Think about the person you want to become. Who is that person? What do they do daily? This is the person your routine is helping you become. The beauty of daily routines is that they aren't just about the actions you take. They're about aligning those actions with who you're becoming. When you start to see the connection between your actions and your future self, that's when you gain real clarity. It's not just about completing tasks. It's about building a life that supports your values, your goals, and your aspirations. Now, I want you to think about what's holding you back from creating that daily routine. What are the excuses you keep telling yourself? Maybe it's that you don't have time, or that your life is too chaotic to follow a schedule. The truth is, you don't need more time. What you need is more focus. Focus on your priorities and structure your routine around what matters most. Time doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to start where you are.
One of the most powerful things you can do is to make your routine non-negotiable. When something is non-negotiable, it becomes a part of who you are. It's not an option, it's just what you do. For example, if you're committed to exercising every morning, don't let yourself off the hook. If you've set aside time for focused work, don't let distractions get in the way. Every time you show up and follow through, you're reinforcing the belief that you can trust yourself to do what you said you would do. As you continue to refine your routine, you'll notice something incredible. You'll start to feel more in control of your life. When you have a solid routine, you're not living day to day in reaction mode. You're living intentionally, and that intention gives you the power to direct your energy and actions toward what truly matters. Your routine will evolve with you. As you grow, your goals and priorities may shift, and that's okay. The key is to always be evaluating and adjusting your routine based on where you are in your life. This doesn't mean that your routine will be perfect at every stage, but it will always be a reflection of your commitment to progress. The more you refine it, the more it'll help you push past any barriers that come your way. In the long run, the power of your daily routine isn't just about achieving a single goal. It's about creating a lifestyle that makes success inevitable.
Success isn't an event. Success is a habit. Success is the small things done consistently over time. Your daily routine isn't just a set of actions. It's the framework that supports the life you want to build. So take a look at your routine today. Is it moving you closer to your goals? Is it something you can commit to every day, no matter what? If not, make the changes you need to make. Start with small, manageable steps, and keep building from there. One day at a time, you'll build a routine that serves you, that aligns with your aspirations, and that leads you to a life of consistent progress. Because success is not about what you do once in a while, it's about what you do every day. And when you make your routine a part of your identity, success will follow naturally. Number 5, commit to reading every morning to grow your mindset. One of the simplest, yet most powerful habits you can adopt to transform your life is committing to reading every morning. Now, I know what you're thinking. How is reading going to change my life? I'm busy. I don't have the time. But here's the reality. Reading isn't just about gathering information. It's about shifting your mindset. It's about investing in your personal growth, expanding your knowledge, and developing the mindset of a winner. When you commit to reading every morning, you're committing to feeding your mind with the kind of material that will shape the way you think and approach the world. What you put into your mind determines how you view challenges, how you respond to adversity, and ultimately how you succeed. The thoughts you think daily shape your life. If you're filling your mind with negativity, doubt, or defeat, that's what will show up in your life. But when you commit to filling your mind with positive, growth-oriented content, you'll begin to see the world differently. Now let's talk about why morning reading is so crucial. Your mind is fresh and clear when you first wake up. You haven't been bombarded by the stresses of the day yet, and your brain is ready to absorb new information. This is the perfect time to train your mind. Just as your body needs food and exercise to thrive, your mind needs stimulation and growth to reach its full potential. Morning reading gives you the perfect opportunity to invest in yourself before the world starts pulling at you from every direction. You may be thinking, I'm not a reader, or I don't have time to read a book every morning. And I get it, reading isn't always easy, especially if you've never made it a habit. But that's why I'm telling you to start small. You don't need to read an entire book every morning. Start with just 10 or 15 minutes of focused reading. You can read a chapter or even just a few pages, as long as you're consistently taking in new information that challenges your thinking and helps you grow. The key is consistency. You need to show up every single morning to read, even if it's only for a short period of time. Over time, these small moments will add up. Before you know it, you'll have consumed a book a month, and over the course of a year, that's 12 books that have expanded your knowledge and shaped your mindset. Think about that. 12 books a year. That's 12 new ways of thinking, 12 new perspectives, and 12 new tools to help you navigate the challenges of life. It's not just about reading for the sake of reading, though. You have to read with intention. When you read, you should be actively engaging with the material. Take notes, underline key points, and think about how what you're reading applies to your life. Ask yourself, How can I use this information to grow? How can I apply this to my business, my relationships, or my personal development? The purpose of reading is not just to gather knowledge, but to turn that knowledge into actionable insights that can help you move forward. So what should you read? The content you choose to consume is crucial because it has a direct impact on your mindset. I highly recommend reading books that are geared toward personal growth, leadership, and success. There are countless books out there by authors who have walked the path you're trying to walk. Their wisdom, insights, and experiences can accelerate your own journey. Look for books that challenge your thinking, push you outside your comfort zone, and offer new strategies for achieving your goals. If you're just starting, consider books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, or Atomic Habits by James Clear. These books offer timeless wisdom that will help you develop the mindset of a successful, empowered person. But beyond books, you can also incorporate articles, blogs, or even listening to audiobooks or podcasts. The goal is to constantly feed your mind with information that stretches you. Don't just settle for what you already know. Seek out material that forces you to think differently, to challenge the way you see the world, and to improve your mindset. Your mind is the engine that drives your success. And just like any engine, it needs the right fuel to run at its best. One of the most powerful benefits of morning reading is how it sets the tone for your day. When you start your day by learning something new, you're mentally preparing yourself for success. You're saying to yourself, I'm investing in myself, I'm prioritizing my growth. This commitment to growth will carry over into everything you do. You'll approach challenges with a mindset that says, I can learn from this instead of this is too hard. You'll see opportunities instead of obstacles, and you'll develop a deep sense of confidence that comes from knowing you are constantly growing and improving. Morning reading doesn't just impact your mind, it impacts your emotions too. What you put into your mind directly affects how you feel. If you spend your morning scrolling through social media or watching the news, you're feeding your mind with negativity, fear, and drama. That kind of energy will spill over into your day. But if you spend your morning reading something that empowers you, something that makes you think deeply and challenges you to grow, you'll feel more centered, more focused, and more motivated to tackle whatever comes your way. Now let's talk about one of the biggest challenges when it comes to developing this habit: staying consistent. It's easy to start, but it's harder to stick with it. Life happens, distractions pop up, and sometimes it feels like there's no time to read. But this is where your commitment to personal growth comes in. If you want to transform your mindset and your life, you have to make it non-negotiable. Treat your morning reading like you would any other important appointment. Set a time for it, make it part of your routine, and don't allow anything to interfere with that time. You'll start to see the payoff quickly. When you make reading a non-negotiable part of your day, you will start to see shifts in your mindset and your overall attitude toward life. Another tip to help you stay consistent is to make reading a part of your morning ritual. Whether it's right after you wake up or after a morning workout, incorporate it into a routine that makes sense for you. The more you associate reading with your morning routine, the more natural it will become. You don't have to rely on willpower alone. You just need to make it automatic. As you continue reading every morning, you'll begin to see incredible changes in your mindset. You'll develop a deeper sense of clarity, confidence, and focus. Your mind will become a powerful tool for success. You'll start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, and you'll approach challenges with a mindset of growth and resilience. Your life will begin to reflect the mindset you've cultivated through consistent reading, and you'll find that you're better equipped to navigate the ups and downs of life with a sense of purpose and direction. Commit to reading every morning, feed your mind, challenge your thoughts, cultivate your growth. This simple habit will change everything. It's not just about the books you read, it's about the person you become in the process. Reading isn't just about learning, it's about evolving. When you commit to developing your mindset, you unlock the potential to create a life that aligns with your deepest desires and dreams. And it all starts with the simple, powerful act of reading every single morning.